So in today's class,
Please, David, don't forget to record the class.
yes, sure,
Try to distract you.
is on record. It's on record already.
Okay.
Yes. So in today's class, uh, treating we'll be treating links, and in our last class we talked about colors and then CSS, HTML, CSS. And so today we'll be going to links. Now, what are links in HTML? So links are are found in nearly all web pages, and links allow you to click their way from page to pages. So links is just it basically takes you to another page when you click on it. So those are the functions of links. And so how do you create a link in our HTML code? How do we try and make our text, or the text we want to be a link? So we do that by creating what we call the A tag. Okay, this is the A tag, and this A here stands for anchor. We call it the anchor tag. And how do you define it? We define it by what? By our opening A tag, that is our opening A anchor tag, and our closing anchor tag. Okay, that's an opening and a closing anchor tag, and within it we specify the text. Okay, the text we want it to be a link. So, and also where we specify the URL, that means the page you want our link to take us to, we use the href attribute. And this href here, it stands for hypertext reference. Okay, so h, which is hypertext, and ref, which is reference. And within the hypertext reference, we now indicate the URL. The URL is should I say it stands for the universal. It has two different meanings though. It stands for universal resource locator. Okay, so that's my own meaning, but it has another meaning also. But in this, that is where I'm going to specify the the part, the file part of the page. So let me show you how we can create a link in HTML. So I'll be using the W3 School Try It Yourself um, editor. Can you all see the editor here? Okay, I think I have to specify. Okay, so now this is how to create an anchor tag in HTML, or a link. How to create a link basically. Let me just clear this part. Let me just clear everything here. So you start by writing our doc type declaration, doc type HTML. Within it, write our HTML root element and the ending element. Don't forget that. And within it, we will specify the head. Okay, our head tag and the ending head tag. Okay, so within the head tag, we specify the title of the web page. What title we want to give it? Let's say how to define. I hope you haven't forgotten where this title is shown. When we run the page, the name of this our web page is going to be shown here. Like for instance, let me over on this stuff. You can see there's a pop-up here which says W3 School Try It Editor. So this is the title of this certain web page. Okay, so basically our title page is always shown at the title bar. That is where the text of the title is shown at the title bar here. So don't forget that. Okay, so moving on, we create our body tag, okay, and our closing body tag, and then we need this body tag. Let's say you want to create a link. I'm coming in. Okay, so let's say you want to create a link that will take us to another web page. Okay, let me create a link now. So how do you create a link? We use the a tag, is it the anchor tag? So we use a, then we close it, and then write the text, link that takes us to a Facebook site, and then close it. And so within this anchor tag, we specify our href attribute, that's our hypertext reference attribute. So we write our href, and then we assign a value to it. Okay, remember, every attribute must always have a value. Okay, surely they must always have a value. So we assign a value to it, equals to, and then in double quotes. Now within that double quotes, we specify the full URL. Okay, the URL of our of the website we want this link to take us to. If you want it to take you to Facebook, Twitter, or any kind of site, or maybe just any site you want, you think or you love it to take you to. So let's say, for instance, I want it to take me to Facebook now. So I'll just indicate the URL of Facebook. So anytime you want to write the URL, always you start by using the protocol. Okay, this is HTTPS. Okay, Facebook is using the HTTPS protocol, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured. That's what they call. That's what HTTPS stands for. Okay, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Then the S there is secured. It means that the website is secured. There are some websites basically that will kind of like, there's some website that won't have that, please, can you mute your mic, please? So there's some website that won't have that S in it. So let me just write it down. HTTPS then www.facebook.com. Okay, so let's run this code now. I run it, and now you can see this is the text being displayed. We have link that takes us to a Facebook site. Now once I click on this link, it's going to take us to a Facebook site, isn't it? So let's click on it now. As you can see here, I think it needs internet to work. Should I say, the editor I'm using is not actually working, but if you use Notepad or Visual Studio Code, is meant to work. So that's how to just create a link in HTML. So, and again, let's note what this, and again, the default color for a link is always blue. Okay, it's always blue. So if you want to change the color, and once you visit the link, once you click on the link and you visit it, okay, let me just kind of okay, let me say for instance now look at this example. Now you guys look at this example. Now we have our p tag, isn't it, and the closing p tag. Now we have our anchor tag and the href equals to, this is a file name. Okay, don't worry, you guys should not really bother about it. Let's just say this is a page we want this to link us to, and then and then we have visit W3 Squad as the text, our link text, and the closing p tag. So if I to run this, if I to click on this link, you can see here it took me to the index.html web page. Okay, that's one thing to note. And now if I were to go back on my back button, coming on. Okay, let's do this first. Okay, let me show you guys how to create how to change the color of this our anchor tag from blue to maybe you just don't want, you want to just remove the styling. You can see this by default has this underline stuff, so you just want to just clear all this styling and just make it to your own color of your own choice. So you can use what we call, you can do it either by using inline styling, or you can just use internal or external styling. So but let me use internal styling for you guys here. So using internal styling, I'll create a style tag and an ending style tag. I'm sure if you have watched your previous video, you will know how to do internal styling. So and then I will now specify the name of the element, which is our A element, our anchor element, which is A. A is the element here, and then opening curly brace and then our closing curly brace. And within this curly brace, I'll specify the property. Okay, the property I'm actually changing. Am I changing the color? Am I changing the on the text format, any kind of property? So right now I want to change the color, isn't it? So I'll specify the color and then the value of the color. Let's say I want to change it from blue to black, so I'll just indicate that it's black here. And then if I want to like should I say make it bigger, the text will be bigger, just say font size 20 pixels. Okay, let's run this and see now. You can see here the color has changed. Okay, you have changed the color of the anchor tag. Let's say for instance now I want to like let's say I want to remove this underline. I think there's what we call should I say text transform, I guess. Text transform. Okay, let me just give that as an assignment. The assignment is that I want you, or using that same process, I want you all to find a way whereby you can remove this underline stuff here away from this anchor tag. Okay, so that is an assignment for you guys to work on. And so now that is for that. Also there's all called color changes. When we, as you can see here, if I should hover on this, let me refresh it again. Let me refresh this page. If I were to hover on this, or let me just click on it. Yeah, but if I were to click on it, as you can see here, right now you can see the color change to red. Okay, this is active. This is what we call active, when you are active on that certain link. So how did I do it? I did that by right clicking on it for a very long time. So if you are right clicking on it for a very long time, it's going to change the color to red. So we have different color changes based on what happened to the text. We have the color change. The color changes when you click on that certain link and takes us to another page. The color also change when when you kind of like you are active on that certain link. So this link, they have different color changes based on the the engagement or the way you like engage on it. So they have different color changes based on how you do it. Right now I think this our try it W3 Square editor is not actually working well. So maybe now next class I'll use Notepad or Visual Studio Code to kind of like show you how you can do those. But for now, let's just leave this. And so just know that this is how to create an anchor tag in HTML. Just not too complicated, just a simple thing. So okay, let's move forward. That is that about that. Let's talk about bookmarks also. There's what we call bookmarks in HTML, in links. So what are basically bookmarks? Bookmarks is just like, um, should I say bookmarks? Okay, I think I'm not actually displaying this other window. Okay, let me present this window for you. Present something else. Okay, so we have treated links. Okay, how to create a link. Also, colors in links. The different colors, as you can see, these are the codes here. We have a link, a visited, over when you over on it, and when you're active on it. All these are the kind of colors you want it when you visit, over, or when you're active on it. You can just go on, you can just try all this yourself. So just to brush you guys through, because I think time's already running out already. So let's talk about bookmarks here. So bookmarks, what are bookmarks basically? Bookmarks is just like, your, should I say, for instance, now in a page now, if I were to click on this certain, like for instance this PHP link, instead of it to just carry us to another page entirely, it will carry us, it will still be on this same page but in a different section. What do I mean by section? As you can see, this is a section. This is a section. If I were to scroll down, we have another section here. Scroll down again, this is another new section. Scroll down again, this is another new section. So basically each of these, they are divided by sections. Sections. So instead of me just like scrolling down, let's say for instance there's a certain page like this, it's a very long one, and instead of me just like scrolling to the bottom, maybe I want to just like see the footer, instead of me scrolling to the bottom, I could just click on a certain link, and this certain link will just automatically scroll to that page or to that section you want to scroll to. Okay, that is the function of bookmarks. Bookmarks just that is how bookmark works. So if I click on this link, instead of me just scrolling down to this certain, maybe scrolling down to that certain area, clicking on that certain link will just automatically scroll down to it by itself. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, okay, let me use a notepad. Let me use notepad for okay, let me just try it here. Because of this the camera here, I don't want it won't actually, if I were to use notepad, it won't record the notepad background. Okay, let's try it here now. Okay, okay, try it yourself here. So I will show you what I'm talking about here now. So now, as you can see, now let me just, instead of me just retyping everything, let me just explain this code for you. Now we have our doc type, isn't it? We have the HTML, we have the body, and we need this body. We have our p element, and we need the p element. We have our anchor tag, we have the href attribute. Now within this href attribute, we can see that we don't actually have a site link here. We don't have maybe HTTPS, or we don't have any file names here, but instead we can see an hash symbol here, hash, and the name of this symbol, we can see C4 here. Okay, each of these symbol, hash and C10, they indicate something. Okay, now this C4 here, this hash C4 here, it means that the link, this text you are clicking on, is going to take us to a section that has an ID of C4. ID is an attribute. Take note, ID is an attribute on its own. So what this second link here, this jump to chapter 10 on that same page, will take us to a section that has an ID of C10. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's scroll down now. As you can see here, we have chapter 1, we have chapter 2, we have chapter 3, Now we have chapter 4. You can see with this, you can see this chapter 4 now, it has an ID in our H2 element. It has an ID of C4, isn't it? So basically, if I were to click on this link here, it's going to scroll down to chapter 4. If I were to click on chapter 10 here, to take us down to what? To chapter 10. As you can see, we have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, down to chapter 23. So instead of me just like scrolling down to chapter 23, I can just create a bookmark basically, and that bookmark will just like, when I click on it, let's try it now. When I click on it, let me click on chapter 4 now. As you can see here, it already takes me to chapter 4 already on that certain page. You can see I didn't scroll to chapter 4, but it took me to chapter 4 directly straight. So that is just the importance of bookmarks. Let's say for instance now, okay, I click on jump to chapter 10, click on chapter 10, you can see it takes me to chapter 10 directly. I hope you guys can see it clearly. So it takes me to chapter 10 directly. That is just the function of bookmarks in HTML. Let's say for instance now I want to let me create a bookmark that will take me to chapter 23. Okay, so let me create a p tag and an ending p tag. Now we need this p tag and create an anchor tag and a closing anchor tag, and within it specify my href equals to, and then let me say hash. What page should I say? Okay, let this take us to chapter 23, isn't it? That is the last. I think chapter 23 is the last one, so I'll just say hash 23, and then I can now specify the okay, let me just say hash 20 instead. I'll now say, okay, let me just copy this text and then paste it here. So jump to chapter 20 for me, and so let me run this code. As you can see here, now I have another text here that is jump to chapter 20, isn't it? So if I were to click on this link, it's going to take us to chapter 20. Oh, sorry, I didn't. So now you can see that is one thing. Now who can tell me what the error is here? Now the error is that I didn't in that my certain code, I didn't go to that chapter 20 and then give it an ID of 20. Okay, that is one thing you have to take note when indicating that, okay, this is hash 20. You have to also go to this the same element you want it to link it to, isn't it? So in this certain element, I'll give it an ID, then equals 20. Okay, I won't say equals hash 20. I'll say equals 20. Hash here is the ID. 20 is the value of that ID. Are you getting me? So I won't just say hash 20. I'll just write 20 there. So when I run it and then click on it, you can see now it takes me to what? Chapter 20. So that's how to create bookmarks in HTML. So you can just head over and then play with it. Try to create your own bookmarks. I think that's all for that. And then moving on, let's quickly create images. I think time has gone already, so let me just show you how to create images in HTML. So when creating images, we use what we call the image tag. Okay, the image tag and what the source attribute. This SRC stands for source. Then the name of the image. Let's say for instance, I want you to link you to your pictures. Okay, and your pictures, now you save the pictures. Maybe there's a certain picture you like and you save it as my best picture.jpg. So if I were to link it to that certain picture, I'll specify the name, which is my best pics dot, then the extension. It can be saved with JPEG, it can be saved with PNG, it can be saved with ICO, anyone. So you specify the values of, or the name of that file you are indicating it linking you are linking it to, the name of the file you want it to show. And also this alt attribute is should I say, okay, let me just say it used to indicate the name of the image. Like for instance, now there are some scenarios whereby your image might be deleted by mistake. Okay, and so instead of it just just showing blank on your website, it can just show this alternate value. Okay, the value of that alternate. So for instance, now you have a picture that you want to insert on your website, and maybe for instance now you deleted that picture by mistake. It won't show. Instead of just showing blank, it's going to show the name of that. Okay, let me just try it and see. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about here. So so now, as you can see here, this is an image. Okay, this is an image here. Let's say for instance now I clean, let me just delete one text here, and I should run it. You can see there's not any image that is bearing pic underscore true. Okay, but you can see what's showing here. It's showing truly. Now, so where is this truly coming from? This truly is coming from what? This alternate attribute. So that is the function of alternate attribute. It's used to show the name of the file just in case your image does not show. Okay, let's say for instance now I change the value of this truly. I change it to my picture. I should run it. You can see it's showing my picture. So that is just the function of alternate attributes. So that is that about images. And also in our next class we'll create image maps, background images, and picture elements. Right now I don't have much time, so I think that will be all for today. So if you have any question, please